Good evening. This is the second series of the interview program, and we are very honored to have Udaya Gammanpila, the chairperson of the Central Environmental Authority and legal advisor to the JHU. Udaya, very warm welcome to the program. Just a few days into the new year, however, I think the country is in a somber mood, despite advances and significant military victories in the north with Kilinochchi first, and lately news of the fall of Elephant Pass.
Right.
I'd like to begin on that somber note and then move on to other issues. We've had two attacks on independent broadcasters and tragic assassination of Lasantha Wickramatunge, one of the country's most senior journalists, which gives rise to questions as to where we are going this year with regards to protecting the lives of independent and critical voices who we may not agree with all the time, but who most certainly are part and parcel of a democratic space. And the question I would like to begin with, I suppose, is a very difficult one. What can we do to ensure that these voices are protected in a country which doesn't seem to be able to do so?
Well, as you know, we have been fighting terrorism both in the north and the south during the last 30 years. We had two rebels in the south, an ongoing rebel for last 30 years in the north, and of course the fall of Kilinochchi, more I would say fall of Paranthan. Paranthan was more strategically important than Kilinochchi, marked the beginning of the end of the LTT domination in the north. So now it's of course a matter of time to decide when we can liberate the entire country from the clutches of the LTT domination. So I think because of this gun culture, for last 30 years, I know this in Sri Lankan culture, especially Buddhist culture, we start the day with pansil. The first percept is, I abstain from any kind of killing. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
But what's happened in
So, but during the last 30 years, killing became part and parcel of life. Every day, people used to ask, how many victims today? Maybe bomb victims in the south, casualties in the north, maybe LTTs, maybe forces, maybe civilians. So every day we hear news of deaths, news of killings, maybe in the south, maybe in the north, maybe in the east. Irrespective of the geographical area, that was a news we used to hear every day. With that, the value of the life, not only the human life, any kind of life, has significantly decreased during the last 30 years.
And your argument is after the defeat of the LTT that we might have a restoration rather of that?
Of course. I'm very optimistic about it because, you know, in my school days, we can remember the terror period we faced because of the JVP insurrection. And that was a time we can't imagine, just going out of the home and safely come back. But we don't have the very same problem what we used to face in our school days in the present context in Colombo. We can't say that what we are enjoying today is the ideal state, but there's a vast improvement from what we used to have. So
but must history always be cyclical, Udaya? Must we always make our reference point our darkest moment and perhaps not a different period of history?
Well, we are moving towards from the darkest period to a better period. So as long as we are making advances, we should be happy about it. We are not going dark to dark. We are not going bad to worse. We are going if we are going bad to good, we should be happy about it. We should be optimistic about our future. That optimistic mentality, optimistic attitude of the society is essential in having this forward march. This is an essential element of this forward march. Unless otherwise, if you think we can't achieve anything, we can't do anything, this is our fate, we should painfully be part of this process, then of course we have a question, where are we heading to? As long as we are conscious about what's happening, and if you have the determination to coming out of the dark, and if there's a marked progress in that direction, of course we should be optimistic.